do this thing. What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to give you 5 tips to producing better quality video, as well as 5 frequently most asked questions that I get. If you're new here, my name's Alfred Romero, and if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. Let's jump into it. The first and probably the most important is pre-production. That includes writing a script, getting anybody that needs to be involved, or getting to locations that you need to be at for the purpose of the video. A lot of people forget to take this stuff into accountability when they're doing a video, and that way they kind of like lag and do stuff at the last minute. Number 2, and what I think is probably the most important, is meat and potatoes. And what I mean by that is just getting to the most important things in a timely manner. There's no reason to like make a 9 or 10 minute video about something that can be done in a minute. It's almost like writing those essays in school. How much of that is fluff and how much is that stuff you can cut out and get straight to the point? Also really important, coming in at spot number 3, is story over quality. Not everything needs to be high quality, as long as the storyline is there. That's what's more important. Number 4 is being consistently consistent. And what I mean by that is being there every single week, just like how I do with these shows. People put way too much emphasis on one video rather than the next video and the next. And number 5, contrary to what most YouTubers say, it kinda is the gear. You can't be shooting a wedding with an iPhone and expect to get paid $1,000+ even if your editing skills are top notch. Use the gear you have, save up, buy better gear, and repeat. I think that's 5, let's move on. Alright, bonus tip is changing the scene. You saw how I just did that. Now, jumping into the most frequently asked questions I get is number 1, what program do I use to edit my video? I use Adobe Premiere. I know a lot of people that use Final Cut Pro. I don't personally use Final Cut Pro because I know you have to add in a lot of plugins and extensions and things like that. And I've always just been on Adobe my whole life, so that's kind of how I just rolled into it. Number 2 is what camera I use. I use the Sony a7 III. A great answer I've heard to this question before is you wouldn't really ask your teacher what kind of pencil you should write your essay with, if that makes sense. Number 3, what lens do I recommend buying? Really whatever you can get your hands on. I use the kit lens, so I don't know what that tells you. If money was abundant, I would probably buy a G Master or something of that nature for the Sony. If I had a Canon, I'd probably get some type of prime lens. Question number 4, what is your channel really about? It's really about things that I enjoy, as well as saving people's time. The videos you see here on Instagram are usually about 1 minute to 2 minutes long. My time's super important, so I know you must feel the same about yours. Last but not least, what do I use for editing photos? I personally use Adobe Lightroom. I think a lot of other people do as well. If I'm editing from my phone, I will use VSCO, but that's if I'm in a real hurry. Usually I have time, open my MacBook, and edit off Lightroom. And that wraps up this week's video for my 5 tips and 5 most frequently asked questions. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it, and if you haven't made your way over to my YouTube channel, I'd greatly appreciate that. I should be going snowboarding this weekend, so that should probably be my footage for next Thursday. Again, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.